We have here a Renault Trafic 1.9 DCI with a Moly Purge, diesel Purge. Pretty simple to set up. There's no lift pump, it's just the main high pressure pump. So a couple of bits of fuel pipe and an inline filter, a jar taped and tie wrapped, and yeah, the tube's going into the jar. That's the return. So we just took the connector off and connected that pipe up. As precaution, I wasn't sure, just didn't want diesel coming out of the fuel filter, the main one, so I kind of put a jug for those bits. Anyway, so there's the jar in place, and once everything was secure, I started pouring in the Moly Purge, diesel Purge, 500 ml, so not a litre. You don't really need a litre. This runs for about half an hour. Wasn't sure what I was going to get, read loads about it, just thought let's just do it. So there you go, it's sucking the Purge in. Topped it when you connected up the pipes for the Purge. Just pop it onto the fuel filter and prime it so you get diesel fuel in the pipes. You're not running on dry air, going through the pump until it hits the Purge. Just to sort of do some priming and then flick it back into the Purge. Don't flip it, just spray everything everywhere. So yeah, there we go. Pretty acrid sort of smoke. It wasn't steam, it was light smoke, just on the idle. So yeah, went through the different motions and the revs, and then I decided to leave it for 1 hour with the Purge in the injectors, just to loosen up anything. That's another thing I've read about. So yeah, time for a break. 1 hour, and then boom, we're back on it again. So time for the Purge to be topped up. The whole 500 didn't fit in the jar, so the remainder is poured in here. At the end, I don't film it, but there's a little bit left because you don't want fuel, you don't want air again going through that, trying to go through that pump. So whatever you get left over, if it's not contaminated, you can just feed that back into the fuel tank. So here we go. It does initially, when the pipes fill up, obviously the level goes down a bit, but then after that it doesn't go down as quickly, obviously. So we're just going through the rev range really, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000. Or even 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. So yeah, it's an interesting thing. When I looked at the back of the van on the gravel, there was black splodges, which doesn't normally happen. But then again, I'm not really revving the engine that high. Also, it was quite hard to maintain like a level, like 2,000 revs, 3,000. I don't know, it's because it's running on the Purge, it's just a different property to diesel. But you certainly know when you've got the Purge going when it's running on that, because the smell from the exhaust is totally different. So yeah, I had the van pointing away out the drive. But setting it up, the only thing that pipe had to cut was the fuel feed pipe that pops off the filter, the connector. So I had trouble getting that back on at the end, so I had to just use some of the fuel pipe and Jubilee clips just to make sure it was on tight and no air was going in. So yeah, here we are back at the Purge. Just continue it running on idle and then those different rev ranges. Checking for leaks really, just make sure that nothing untoward's going on. The jar does heat up a bit. The tape was melting a bit, so it's a good job that I put the tie wraps around the jar just to hold it against the body of the car, reading the pan. So yeah, what I noticed towards the end was little air bubbles going up the fuel feeder pipe from the Purge, and at that point I thought, right, let's stop it. We don't want to get into that bit where the engine will start having revs will start going funny and start getting lumpy, and maybe cause problems with the injector pump. Didn't want to destroy the van completely, so just checking, making sure everything's alright, picking up the Purge bottle for no reason at all. So yeah, overall, it's been good. The van's running slightly different. I think it's quieter, but I think these things take days. Some people say the ECUs need to catch up with the different, the cleaner injectors. Maybe the van was clean already. Seems to be pretty good on the initial test, but like I say, I'm going to probably run it a bit more and just put some feedback. Hope you like watching this video. Don't forget to rate, subscribe. If you've got any questions, feel free. One thing though, be careful when you do this. Things can go wrong and you're at risk of destroying the injectors, destroying the pump, and probably destroying your van. So yeah, don't blame me if it goes wrong. Okay, have fun. Bye.
He wanted the side flip and back flip. He wouldn't want to see it. He's showing his hands now. It's really, really funny. Hello, funny man. Can you see how funny it is? It is so hilarious. Look. It's like Spider-Man doing back flips and front flips. See? He's unstickable. See? He does 4-leg crouch. See?